Turns out the biggest plot twist in Bluey isn't the story. It's the background mistakes no one was meant to catch. 1. The day Bandit grew one ear. In the episode Pirate, Bandit is helping Bluey and Bingo sail their pirate ship hammock. Everything seems normal until the camera cuts closer. For a few frames, his two ears melt together into one giant ear on top of his head. It's quick, but once you notice it, you can't unsee it. Bandit suddenly looks like a blue unicorn who gave up on life. Maybe the animators sneezed mid-drawing. Maybe Bandit unlocked a secret evolution? We'll never know. 2. The sheep that ate Bingo. In Sheepdog, Bingo feeds grass to a sheep that looks suspiciously like Bandit in disguise. Everything seems cute until the sheep leans forward, takes the grass, and Bingo's hand vanishes with it. It is gone. 1 second she has fingers, the next they are history. Maybe the sheep was starving. Maybe Bingo has a teleporting hand. Or maybe the animators were on a coffee break when this frame slipped through. Whatever happened, that sheep now looks way too dangerous. 3. Bluey's haunted face. During family meeting, everything is loud and funny until one quick frame changes the mood completely. Bluey turns her head, and for a split second, her eye bends and shakes like it belongs in a horror film. It doesn't look like a smear frame or normal animation stretch. It looks wrong, like her face forgot how to exist. You blink and it's gone, leaving you wondering if you imagined it. That one frame could haunt your sleep forever. 4. The sink with a secret. In Smoochy Kiss, Bandit runs to the sink after stepping in something nasty. At first, everything looks normal. Hot tap on the left, cold tap on the right. But when the shot changes, the taps have swapped sides like they pulled a prank while no one was watching. 1 second, it is basic plumbing. The next, it is a funhouse mirror. Either the sink is alive, or the animators forgot which way water usually works. 5. Bandit's midlife crisis. In Horseshoe, the pretend wedding scene is already chaotic when Bandit suffers the worst kind of animation betrayal. His dark head patch simply vanishes, leaving his whole head pale blue. For a moment, he looks decades older, like stress just speed ran his life. 1 frame he's Bandit. The next he's Bandit after 3 kids, a mortgage, and no sleep. The patch comes back, but not before we witness his accidental bald moment in all its awkward glory. 6. Bluey's floating nose. In Takeaway, Bluey is busy taking pretend orders when something deeply cursed happens. Her snout separates from her face for 1 frame and floats forward like it is leaving the show entirely. It quickly snaps back, but not before your brain wonders if you just watched a dog lose its nose in real time. It feels less like a kid's cartoon and more like a deleted scene from a weird horror short. That nose needed hazard pay. 7. The wall that wouldn't stay still. During cinema, the Healer family just wants popcorn, but the entire building has other plans. The wall behind them changes color from red to purple between shots, and the posters randomly swap titles like they are auditioning for new roles. 1 moment, it is a princess movie. The next, it is bees and detectives. Maybe the theater had a full makeover in 30 seconds. Or maybe the animators were tired of the same old wallpaper. 8. The crocodile clone mystery. In Phone, Grandpa Morty secretly hides a toy crocodile in a box for Bingo. Cute idea, right? Wrong. Because seconds later, the same crocodile appears back in Grandpa's crate while still being in the box. Now there are 2. Eventually, it disappears from the crate altogether. Either Grandpa owns a secret army of identical plush crocodiles, or this toy has unlocked cloning powers and no one is safe. Someone call animal control immediately. 9. Bluey's shadow learns to multiply. There's a moment during the backyard obstacle course scene where something feels wrong. Bluey climbs a ladder, and suddenly she has not 1, but 2 shadows. One is on the ground where it should be. The other is still stuck on the ladder like it's been left behind. The sun can't be in 2 places, so either the lighting broke or Bluey accidentally unlocked her ghost twin. It's a tiny blink and you miss it moment, but once you see it, it's hard to forget. 1 shadow is fine. 2 is unsettling. If this keeps up, we might need to call an exorcist. 10. Balloon with a brain. In Mum's School, Bluey runs to kick a yellow balloon, but the balloon seems 1 step ahead. It moves before her foot even gets close, like it has a personal vendetta or psychic powers. For a second, it feels like the balloon is alive and trying to escape its fate. The whole thing lasts only moments, but the timing is so strange it turns a simple scene into the start of a low-budget horror movie. 11. Chalk that refused to behave. In Tradies, Bingo draws on the sidewalk with blue chalk sitting on her right side. The shot changes and suddenly the chalk is on her left. Then she picks it up and draws in blue using green chalk. Either the chalk is teleporting across dimensions, or someone on the animation team gave up halfway through coloring. It is such a small thing, but once you spot it, that chalk starts feeling way too powerful for comfort. 12. The case of the missing tail. In Hotel, Bandit is spinning on the bed having the time of his life. Then, mid-spin, his tail just vanishes. It does not hide behind his body or move out of sight. It completely disappears, leaving him looking like a very strange blue sausage dog. The tail comes back later like nothing happened, but for a moment, Bandit looks unfinished, like the animators accidentally left him in early draft mode. 13. The dirt that wouldn't stay put. In Magic, Bandit and Lucky's dad are busy digging in the yard with a big pile of dirt sitting right beside them. Everything seems fine until the camera cuts, and suddenly the entire pile is gone. Nobody touches it, nobody moves it. But in the next shot, it reappears like it never left. Then it disappears again. It is like the dirt keeps teleporting between dimensions whenever the camera blinks. Maybe the ground was tired of the chaos, or maybe the animators simply lost track. Either way, that dirt has some impressive disappearing skills for a garden prop. 14. The sweater that fled the scene. In Sheepdog, Bandit pretends to be a sheep and yanks Wendy's sweater off the clothesline, dropping it straight onto the ground. The scene keeps going with everyone talking, the sweater sitting there like normal, until the camera angle changes. Suddenly it is gone. Nobody picks it up. There is no wind, no dog running off with it, nothing. It just disappears completely, like it decided to walk out of the episode on its own. Maybe it wanted a better storyline. Or maybe the animators simply forgot it existed halfway through. Either way, Wendy's sweater is never seen again. 15. The cup with superpowers. In Phone, Grandpa Morty knocks a kettle off the table, but the cup sitting right next to it magically stays upright. Physics takes the day off here. The kettle falls, liquid spills, but the cup refuses to move like it is bolted to reality itself. Either Grandpa owns the world's most stubborn cup, or the animators forgot to let gravity do its job. Someone get this cup a superhero cape already. 16. Stripe's accidental vacation. In Bob Bilby, Stripe appears looking way darker than usual, like he spent 2 weeks sunbathing on another planet. Trixie looks totally normal standing beside him, which makes his random super tan even funnier. It is the same scene, same lighting, same everything. Except Stripe, who now looks like he belongs in a completely different climate. The only explanation is either a wild color error or Stripe secretly living a double life in the tropics. 17. Chili's shape-shifting face. In Spy Game, Chili's brown eye patch cannot decide where it wants to be. One moment it is on the right side of her face, then the shot changes, and suddenly it is on the left. It swaps back again like nothing happened. Maybe Chili has a twin? Maybe she is slowly slipping into another dimension. Or maybe the animators flipped the frame and forgot her face is not the same on both sides. 18. Bandit's melting face. In Butterflies, Bluey, Bingo, and Judo leap onto Bandit, knocking him flat. But freeze the scene at the right moment, and Bandit's entire face bends and folds like it is made of clay. His eye slides halfway across his head, while his jaw points somewhere else entirely. It lasts only a frame, but it turns a fun puppy attack into something that belongs in an art gallery of nightmares. Even Bandit would not want to see this screenshot. 19. Dad learns to levitate. Back in Hotel, Bandit climbs off the bed during the game, but his feet never appear on the floor. It looks like he is calmly floating above the ground, like some Zen master of the universe. For a few seconds, gravity simply gives up on him. Either he has unlocked levitation through parenting stress, or the animators forgot feet are required for walking. Whatever the reason, Bandit suddenly feels way too powerful. 20. Bingo, master of teleportation. In Yoga Ball, Bingo runs past the door as the giant ball rolls through the room. A second later, she reappears near the door again, like she forgot which direction she was going. The whole thing makes zero sense unless Bingo secretly knows teleportation. One moment she is fleeing for her life, the next she has looped reality itself. That ball was not the only thing causing chaos in that scene. 21. Bingo the Ghost. In Asparagus, the kids transform into pretend lions and launch themselves at Lucky's dad in a burst of wild energy. Everything looks normal until one quick frame turns strange. Bingo's paw slips straight through his leg like it has forgotten solid objects exist. For that single moment, she gains the power to walk through walls. Or at least through parents. Maybe the magic asparagus upgraded her to ghost mode. Maybe the animators lost track of body parts mid-chaos. Either way, Lucky's dad should probably book an exorcism before his next backyard playdate just to be safe. 22. The backpack that defied physics. In one episode, Bingo fills a small backpack with exactly 14 balls. We see it happen. The backpack is full, ready to burst. Then, during the game, she starts pulling balls out of it like a magician's endless scarf trick. Way more than 14 appear, closer to 100, without anyone commenting on it. The bag never changes size. The story carries on like this is normal storage behavior. Either Bingo owns a backpack designed by cartoon physics, or the animators ignored basic math. The result is the same, a tiny bag casually producing enough balls to fill an entire playground. 23. The Bed Swap Mystery. During Weekend, Bluey sleeps in a bed with a big capital B and Bingo sleeps in one with a lowercase b. But later in the same episode, the beds have switched letters like the girls swapped them in the middle of the night. Nobody mentions it. The scene just keeps going like nothing happened. Maybe the beds are alive and like changing places. Or maybe the animators lost track of their own alphabet. 24. The Fruit That Quit. In Tickle Crabs, Bandit hurls fruit at the kids while they scuttle around pretending to be crabs. Everything is noisy, silly, and full of energy until one small detail steals the show. An orange sitting in the basket simply disappears between shots. One moment, it is waiting its turn. The next, it has completely vanished like it packed its bags and left the episode for good. Nobody touches it, nobody notices, and the game keeps going. Maybe it rolled off to live free in another scene, or maybe the animators just forgot it existed halfway through the chaos. 25. Eyebrows on strike. In Beach, Bluey ends up with sunscreen smeared across her face and her eyebrows turn bright yellow. It is a fun little detail that shows someone on the team cared about tiny things until the episode keeps going. Out of nowhere, the yellow eyebrows turn blue again with zero explanation. Nobody wipes them off. The sunscreen just vanishes like it never happened. Maybe the sun burned the color away instantly, or maybe the animators forgot halfway through. Either way, those eyebrows clearly had their own schedule and were not sticking around for the rest of the scene. 26. Bandit, the Two-Toned Wonder. In Burger Shop, Bandit plays along with the kids' bathtub game until his head suddenly turns half dark blue and half light blue. It looks like someone pressed randomize on his character design for one frame. He goes back to normal quickly, but it is long enough to make you wonder if Bandit has a secret identity as two different dogs spliced together. Cartoon science clearly works in mysterious ways. 27. Bluey invents moonwalking. In Mum's School, Bluey kicks a balloon across the living room, but instead of running after it normally, she slides across the rug like she is doing the world's slowest moonwalk. Her paws barely move while her whole body drifts forward. For 1 second, it looks like Bluey has been secretly training for a talent show nobody told us about. Either that, or friction stopped working in her entire house. 28. The Lipstick That Changed Its Mind. In TV Shop, Terrier's mom is casually checking lipstick colors while shopping. At first, the counter shows 3 neat lipsticks, all the exact same shade of pink. Nothing unusual, right? Then the camera angle changes, and out of nowhere, one lipstick has turned a bold, bright red. Nobody picks it up, nobody swaps it, and nothing else in the scene moves. It simply changes color, like it decided pink was too boring and upgraded itself. Maybe lipstick in Bluey's universe comes with automatic color change features. Honestly, that would save a lot of time at real-world makeup counters everywhere 29. The leaves that refused to stay put. In rain, Bluey plays outside with leaves stuck to her feet. First, 2 leaves are on the left foot, then they appear on the right, then on both, then back to the original setup. They multiply and move around like they have their own agenda. Either the wind was working overtime, or the animators completely lost track of where they started. Those leaves had more screen time than half the side characters. 30. The Picasso version of socks. In Barbecue, chaos breaks out when Bingo let go of the hose and everyone tries to escape the spray. In the middle of all this, poor little Socks gets hit with one of the strangest animation glitches ever. Her eyes vanish completely, and her snout somehow appears behind her head for a single, cursed frame. She no longer looks like a cartoon puppy, but like a walking cubist painting. It happens so fast, you might miss it, but freeze the moment and it feels like the animators briefly turned Socks into abstract art. Even Picasso would have looked twice. And that closes today's Bluey mystery file. But tell me this, what if these glitches were actually clues for a bigger story we all missed? Could Bluey be hiding a secret plot? Comment your thoughts and hit subscribe so you don't miss what we uncover next.